mixed relay, 4 competitors for each team, 5 kilometers to run twice, to run 11.
Per 5 km partirà per prima un maschio, poi una femmina, poi una femmina. Come vedete 4 per...
No, vedrai sono belli,
And of course, we can see now it is raining out here in Schilpario, and as a result the ski technicians were out very early today. It wasn't a surprise. Conditions expected to be slightly above zero, so what was snow yesterday has turned into rain today for the last of the events here at the Junior World Championships. Every one of the teams having to quickly adapt to warmer conditions and water in the tracks. Of course, it's the mixed relays coming up in about 5 minutes' time. The first of the teams, the first of the athletes will get away for each of the 21 nations that are racing today in the Junior World Championships. The first 2 of the 4-man teams going in classic style, and then the second 2 will be racing skating or freestyle. And so getting the bases of these skis ready for the first 2 rounds of this mixed relay. Slightly more difficult challenge, to be fair, than the second 2. So we have a 4-man team, or a 4-person team, I should say. It will be the men going off first. Man, woman, in that order. And classic, classic, freestyle, freestyle. 5 kilometers to ski each. 2.5 kilometer loop, skied twice. And add that all up together and you have 20 kilometers of racing for each of the teams. I'm Ian Woods, and I'll be just bringing you the action here on the FIS website or on YouTube live. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the racing this week. The poor weather to finish with today will not dampen the spirits of the athletes, because relays are always amongst the most exciting of the races. Of course, it's mass start, and everyone now knows exactly what sort of form they are on. Well, a little misleading, the indications suggesting that the snow is -4. There is a lot of slush around, the air just above zero. There may be 1 or 2 places in the woods where the snow will be a bit more firm, but throughout the stadium here now, as you can see, it's pretty wet. The umbrellas are out and the waterproof jackets are on. It's not cold, but it is going to feel much colder than it actually is with the high humidity we tend to get out here in the Alps. Here's the start list. Sweden are in bib number 1 because they are the holders from Planica last year, 12 months ago. They took gold medal there. Norway in second, and Italy were in bib number 3. 21 teams starting today. No British team in the junior category, but we do have, for the very first time, bit of history really. We have a British team racing in the under-23 category. That comes along later on, 11 o'clock UK time and noon here in Schilpario.
Gara di distanza, quella dei 20 km, sarà il primo staffettista italiano al lancio per gli Stati Uniti con Flowers. Per quanto riguarda la Francia, a rotta del ghiaccio sarà Kenden Biguet, mentre Yannick Vidi sarà il tedesco. Per la nazionale della Germania, Ron Garsch per lo svizzero.
84 athletes
Helmich per la Ceca.
getting ready to race today. The first 21 of those already here in the mass start grid.
And in this moment we can tell you that it is 1 minute to the start, so 1 minute to go.
Well, you heard it there, just a minute to go. The warm-ups are done. Here's Lindberg of Sweden. Best result this week, 13th. That was in the sprints and the 10-kilometer race on Friday. Skari, though, certainly favourite to come across the line first and hand over first to Sobi of Norway. Matli of Italy, 12th in the sprint at the start of the week, but a silver medal in the 20k. Wiedlich of Germany, 4th, just off the medals on the first day. Bib number 5, Canton Vigier. They didn't do the sprints, and he is definitely the slowest of the French athletes. So they are choosing a strategy of hang in there best you can early on, and then we will build throughout the race with some of the best athletes going in the second half. Off they go, and it is 20 kilometers to go. Expect it to be well under an hour. That said, I've not really taken into account what the speed is likely to be in this slightly damp, wet conditions. The skis will be slower. I still anticipate it being the winners being well inside an hour. Well, you'll recognise the course. We started with this section on Monday in the sprints, Monday and Tuesday. They head around along the river. They are starting to go up the first of the 2 climbs that they do. They'll bend round to the right. We'll get a split check, timing check, as they come through the stadium. We might get one earlier on, actually, not that we particularly need one right now. Already 1 or 2 problems towards the back of this field. The camera in the drone making it absolutely impossible for me to read the bib numbers, but I can tell from the ski suits it is Sweden who are leading the way. Jonathan Lindberg, he's got Philip Skari just behind him, and Gabriel Matli, I should say, of Italy. Just coming up towards the front, the Italian. Looks like his skis are very good going up the hill. Let's hope they're not too sticky. On the outside, representing Germany, is Yannick Wiedlich, bib number 6. He's out of the track, just trying to work his way forward, make sure he's in a good position. But we saw this in the sprints. Take that corner too tight, and you get squeezed into effectively having to stop. So Wiedlich now down, wearing bib number 6 in 6th position. Canada are up there. That's Moreau of Canada. Didn't do the sprints on Monday, the Canadian, and best result this week was 18th. So another team, really, Canada, who are working with a strategy of, I'm not going to say send the slowest athletes out. None of these are particularly slow in the top 10, but they're stronger athletes for sure. Alison Mackey going last for Canada, who has already taken 2 medals at these games. So watch out for Canada rebuilding as the race goes on. This corner so much slower than it has been all week. The suction from this wet snow making the skis a lot slower. I think we can see it's Sweden who are making a little break to get away. I think that's Sweden, Jonathan Lindberg out in front, and if it isn't, could be Sweden in second. The distance from our drone, great to be able to see how the race is stretching out, but I wonder if that is actually Philip Skari of Norway. Difficult to see the race suit, but I think it might well be. It would stand to reason if it is Philip Skari. Of course, he started the week with a gold medal for Norway in the sprints, and wouldn't be surprised if he is someone who has decided it's worth making an early break, forcing pressure onto all of the others. If it is, then it looks like Jonathan Lindberg may be the only one. And I'm guessing, of course, at this height, really cannot say who it is that it's Italy's. It is Italy's Gabriel Mackley is gone with Skari. So it's Norway in 1, then Italy. I think it's Sweden in 2, Austria in 3. Canada are still there in 5th. France in 6th. And already we are 2.5 kilometers into this race. Actually, my laptop telling me it's 2.5. It's not. It's 1.75. And Italy's Gabriel Mackley now first around the top and heads down the hill. Now we get a chance to really see who has the good gliding skis. At least look at Italy's Gabriel Mackley pulling ahead, streaking ahead now. I wonder if that is Sweden just losing pace. We saw 1 or 2 athletes climbing the early hill very easily. That's all good and well, but if that means your skis are gripping the snow, then it means they grip the snow on the downhill too. And that is never a good thing. Always a case of trying to get the balance right between the kick wax under the middle of the skis in this classic style and the glide wax, which sits on the front and the back of the skis, which, when your body weight is evenly placed on both skis, the middle of the ski rises just a little, a millimeter off the snow, and the glide wax getting to do its job. Right, well, I was completely wrong. It wasn't Gabriel Mackley, of course. It was Norway's Philip Skari. Gold medal on Monday in the sprints. Made it look very easy, actually. Second place of Germany is Yannick Wiedlich. They head now back into the stadium. Actually, first of all, they climb this third hill. Back up along the side of the stream. They'll reach the high point of this climb, swing round to the right, head straight back down and get an opportunity to see how everyone else is doing. Mackley of Italy is up there, part of this, leading this chasing pack now already. We are less than halfway round the first of these legs, and Norway are way out front. By far the favourites to take gold today in the Junior World Championships mixed relay. Have a look at the gap opening up. It will not be long before 1 or 2 teams start to consider how do they rejig their strategy to take the minor medals, if indeed Norway continues to do what it appears they're doing right now, which is to run away with this. So leg 1 of 1. Philip Skari of Norway, first through the stadium. In second place at the moment, that is the Kazakhstan team, wearing bib number 15. In Italy is in 3rd, Germany in 4th, Austria in 5th, France back in 6th. Then we have Finland, Sweden struggling a little, 13 seconds down on their big rivals today, the Norwegians. Probably, to be fair, the only team that has a strong chance, let's call it that, of matching the Norwegians, Sweden, but it isn't looking so good for Jonathan Lindberg of Sweden, who's the starter for the Swedish team today. Look at the gap now, it's pretty significant as Philip Skari heads. It's going to be a couple of points on this first leg where Skari is actually going to disappear out of sight. That is going to be disheartening for the rest of the field. at the moment in second place. It is Italy's Gabriele Matli. Here's Scari looking strong. Well, we know what he has to do now. He's 8:44 into his race. Scari looking strong, a little slip as he climbs the hill here. That's a pretty good sign for someone who's got brilliant classic discipline, able to ski well with the minimum of ski wax. Well, Germany are having a little bit of trouble there. Yannick Wiedlich stumbling, struggling. I think his skis balling up underneath the middle of his skis, and that suggests the wax is kind of good for going up hills, but if it's too sticky, not only does it grip the snow and allow you to propel yourself forward, but it grips the snow and the snow stays stuck to the bottom of the ski. And then when you try to glide, it's like suddenly braking and you fall forward. Germany struggling with the kick wax. There will be technicians out on the tracks feeding that information back to the team. But so little time, or opportunity even, now to do anything about that. They probably all will have to go with the options they went for with the kick wax and hope that the athletes can cope. The conditions are not going to change much. Looks at the moment as if Norway are getting both the strategy, the team selection, and the wax right. In second, I think it's Italy. Still in second place, Gabriele Matli. Silver medal in the 20k, so he can cope with this shorter distance. 5 kilometers, half the distance of the race they did just 2 days ago on Friday, the juniors, in their 10-kilometer freestyle race. Matli in that race was 5th, so twice inside the top 10 this week. This is Beatrice Laurent of Italy, just preparing. The skis strategically left off the snow, not touching the snow. Last thing they need right now is for ice to build up in that kick zone underneath the middle of the ski and slow the skis down. It's Norway in first place with Philip Scari, gold medal from these games already, looking to get his second. In second place, it is Gabriele Matli of Italy, and third at the moment, representing Finland, is Rissanen. Pretty sure that is the Finnish athlete following the Italian just up the hill, the gap widening all the time, and the whole field now strung out before we've even made it to the first handover. Here's Gabriele Matli of Italy, comes through, he's 18 seconds down. In third place is Piri Rissanen of Finland. Fourth, I think it's the Kazakhstan athlete. Then we have Austria and France in 6th place. Switzerland coming through now in 7th. And then Canada, actually it's Sweden in 8th, and Canada just behind them, 40 seconds down now on the Norwegian star from Monday, the first man to receive a medal at these games, a gold medal, I should say. The United States back in 12th at the moment, with Japan just ahead of them, and Germany. We saw Germany struggling with the kick wax a few minutes ago. Well, my prediction earlier that it would be well inside an hour for the 20Ks, not really helpfully taking into account the very slow conditions that the athletes are encountering today, and it will be possibly outside that. The skating legs, the next two, or the last two I should say, elements of today's race will be a little quicker, but now I'm not inclined to think they'll get inside the hour. So here we go, representing Norway, going second. It's Hannah Søby, a silver medal from these games in the middle of the week in the 20-kilometer. Didn't do the sprints early on in the week, but 5th in the 10K freestyle. Silver medal in the classic race that she did, 20K mass start, which was on Wednesday. For Italy, it's Beatrice Laurent. She has a silver. No, she doesn't. She has a 7th place, actually. 3 top 10 finishes for Italy this week. Beatrice, she goes second. Her classic skiing getting her a 5th place on Wednesday in the 20-kilometer race. Work to do, though, for the Italians. The gap between them and Norway. We are not surprised to see Filip Skari coming across the line in 1st place. A few minutes to go now as he heads towards the stadium. Hannah Søby will be able to see the gap and know that she can ski her own race and not need to worry about head-to-head tactics. She'll be far enough ahead to be able to just pace it perfectly for the 5 kilometers. Hot on the heels, though, is likely to be Beatrice Laurent of Italy. Gabe Matli of Italy currently in 2nd. But here's your leaders. Filip Skari comes through in a time of 15 minutes for 5Ks. It's slow out there. He hands over to bib number 2, Hannah Søby of Norway. The 2nd of the classic skiers going out today. She's proved herself a worthy contributor to this team, despite so many athletes to choose from in the Norwegian camp. Here comes Beatrice Laurent, going off in 2nd and in 3rd place at the moment, representing Finland. Olivia Purinen, 7th on Wednesday. It's France in 4th. Canada now have moved up into 6th place, I think it is, behind Kazakhstan. Actually, no, it wasn't Canada, it was Austria behind Kazakhstan. Switzerland in 7th. That's Canada just getting away now, it is. Switzerland in 7th, Canada in 8th, Sweden way down off the pace now in 9th, Japan in 10, and Germany, who are having problems today with the wax. Let's hope they have been able to adjust a little bit, down in 11th. The USA are in 13th place, just behind Romania, 1 minute and 14 seconds down on Norway. Here's Hannah Søby. Well, just think about the quality of this team. Søby was 2nd on Wednesday in the 20K, 5th on Friday in the freestyle race. Didn't do the sprints, but this team, the Norwegian team, 1 bronze from these games, 2 silver so far, and 5 gold medals. Malin Holmstein of Norway, who got gold in the sprints at the start of the week, has not made the team. She just wasn't picked. That's how strong the Norwegians are today. Italy, on the other hand, 2 silvers to their name in the junior category this week. They are in 2nd place. Finland with no medals as it stands from this category, the under-20 juniors. They are in 3rd. They're looking good right now. Purinen of Finland. Best result this week was in the 20. And that was top 10, 7th place. Here comes bib number 15 doing well. That's Kazakhstan. Austria in 5th, I think it is. Switzerland 6th. Now here comes Canada, starting to make up 1 or 2 places. This is Clara Hegan. 17th was her best result this week. Well, there's an interesting sign. Rather than sticking, as the Germans seemed to be earlier on, little slip there coming from Anna Buchmann. The Germans also running today with a strategy of going from relatively slow to pretty quick, with their medalists going off in fourth and third legs. You can see the umbrellas are out at this, or the highest point on the first hill, and the camera just underneath one of these umbrellas here, which is helpful actually. Here's Norway way out in the lead. We're 18 minutes into this 20-kilometer in total, 4x5-kilometer mass start mixed relay. It is Norway way out in front, increasing the gap. Norway's Hanne Sørby, silver medalist, looking to get a gold from these games, and as it stands, that strategy is working. Norway with a silver medalist in second leg, and a silver medalist, Lars Heggen, in the sprint, and of course 2 goals for Lars Heggen. Well, he's going next, so expect the gap to widen, and then Mille Grosberg Andresen of Norway going off last. She also has 2 goals from these games, as well as a bronze in the sprint, so give her any kind of challenge, distance or sprinting at the end. And Andresen looks unbeatable in these games, as do the Norwegians overall. We're not surprised to see them screaming away early on in this race as we pass the 6.75 kilometer timing marker. It is Finland alongside Italy, working their way up the second of the 3 hills on this 2.5 kilometer loop that they all will ski twice to make up 5Ks before they hand over. Norway, Italy and Finland 21 seconds down for currently silver and bronze positions. It's France now moving up into 4th place, looking a little bit further down the hill. If you can hear a chainsaw in the background, that has become the trademark sound of the French supporters that travel around Europe, around the world actually, supporting these athletes. There's no chain attached to that chainsaw, but the familiar sound of a chainsaw in the woods we're getting used to. Here's Austria in 5th, Sweden and Switzerland neck and neck with Canada in that group as well, and a little slip there from Kazakhstan, who had an early lead with their first starter. Here comes Germany, moving ahead now, just gaining 5 or 6 meters or so on Japan as they start to now rebuild their race. It hasn't gone well for the Germans on the first leg. Yannick Wiedlich slipping and then sticking so hard to get the wax perfect in these tricky conditions. But it is a winter sport, and well, we just got to live with those problems and do your best. Czechia down in 13th, just behind the United States. A strong looking Hanne Sørby of Norway leading the way in bib number 2. Silver medal in Planica last year, the Norwegians. The only member of the Norwegian team that got that silver 12 months ago is Mille Andresen, who goes last for the Norwegians. All of the other athletes that were in that silver medal team have now moved into the over 20, the under 23 category. This is Lars Heggen, double gold medalist from these games. He goes next for, actually it's not, it's Philip Skari, who has finished his job for the day. Looking confident of heading away from these games with another gold medal to add to his sprint title, which will be contested by possibly by him this time next year. He may just be young enough to qualify in the under 20 category. Norway in first place, Sweden struggling a little. Some way down on the medal positions. Italy in second, with Finland currently in third. This is Beatrice Laurent, and in first place, out in the lead, of course, Anna Surby. Laurent leading the tiny chase group of Italy and Finland. Finland's Olivia Kurinen matching the Italian. Looks back just to see what the competition is back there, and looks comfortable sitting in third place. The Finns unlikely to have the strength in their field to be able to contend against the red suits of Norway today, so already Olivia Kurinen starting to think that their win today would be a silver if they can maintain one of those two positions. Selina Russi of Finland going last, who has had 3 top 15 results this week in all 3 races. So Norway, Italy, Finland, the gap is widening. Another second added to the margin that Norway's Hanna Surby has created. France are down in 4th. We thought that it was likely that the only real contenders to threaten Norway are in bib number 1, last year's champions, Sweden. This is Mira Göransson. She too is one of the only athletes that was racing in this event last year and got the gold medal as part of that Swedish team. Anton Gran doing the mass start back then. Evelina Krusell doing the last leg for Sweden last year and taking the gold medal. It was about a 14-second margin, not quite as big as Norway looking like they may have today, but nevertheless, no need for a sprint into the finish. Germany are down in 9th place, 1:28 behind Norway. Over a minute now down on the podium positions, coming through the stadium for the first time, the leg 2 runners. Well, Italy and Finland can see the gap. Italy still managing to maintain that second place, with Finland just sitting in alongside them. Norway round the top of the first of the 3 hills on this course. Finland slipping, sorry, Italy I should say, slipping a little bit. The kick-wax could be letting them down a little bit. Finland looking strong, she glances across to just check the gap is significant enough to not impede the Finnish athlete, the Italian athlete I should say, takes the corner first. Here comes France, it's Annette Coupard, who was 4th, just outside the medals in the 20 on Wednesday, and as it stands just outside the medals today, the last day of these Junior World Championships here in Schilpario. Italy currently in 2nd place. Negroni of Italy going off next has about 7 minutes or so, or less, maybe 5 minutes to get ready. A little pack forming now with Sweden, Austria and Canada chasing down the possibility of minor medals. Norway are gone. That gold pretty much guaranteed already. It's only leg 2, but looking at the field that the team they've managed to put together today would be extraordinary. Something very unusual would have to happen. Germany around the top of this first hill on the 3-hill, 2.5 kilometer course. Japan still doing well in bib number 13. Ambo of Japan. She's only, I think, about 18 years of age. Kaharu Ambo looking strong. Here's Lars Heggen of Norway, of course. 2 gold medals from these games and a silver from
in
the
techniques
sprints
gold
couldn't
medal
match
in
Philip
the sprint
Scari on
competition.
day one, but
Maybe
star of the show this week with 3 medals, 2 of them gold, and he already has a gold from previous years, so got his hat-trick and is looking to make a hat-trick at these games. Looking good for Norway. They are 22 seconds up currently on Italy in second. Finland just tucked in behind the Italians in third. The gap now not widening the way it did for the first 14 or so minutes of today's race. Quickly a gap opened up before the handover. But Hannah Surby just maintaining that, able to ski her own race, able to relax, keep the lactic acid down below 3 or 4 millimoles, at least until the final kilometre or so, which is not far away now. And as a result, maintaining optimum speed. She heads up the second of the 3 hills on this 2.5 kilometre loop. One more little hill to climb for Hannah Surby. Likewise for Italy and Finland, back into 4th place. It is still Annette Coupard of France. I think it's the team behind her that has just been lapped. And so having to pull out. I think it is one of the lap teams. It's Greece who are one of the back markers. They are just ahead of Brazil in bib number 21. So they are halfway, well, approaching halfway around their second leg. The others, the leaders in the field, well over halfway. A little stumble at the back there for, that was Canada's Clara Hagen, struggling a little. Clara with the kick wax, leaning forward, leaning over, hunched over. That suggests the wax really is not working as well as Clara would like it to. Here comes Switzerland behind Canada in 8th position. That's Estelle Darbelet. No results for Estelle inside the top 30 today. Germany, on the other hand, seeded higher than 9th, expected to be at least top 5, I would say, today, but it's not looking good at the moment for Germany. In 9th place, Anna Buchmann, who has had a best result this week of 18th. A bronze medalist coming up soon, Jakob Moch going next, and then Anna Endres, who got that fabulous silver medal. Bit of a surprise, actually, in the 10K. She crossed the line, had no idea how well she had done, and it wasn't until one of the officials showed her, pointed to the results on his phone, actually, that she put her hand to her mouth, Endres, and was a bit gobsmacked, really, to be a silver medalist here in Schilpario. Here's David Negroni of Italy getting ready. Silver medalist 2 days ago. Someone has had trouble with a ski pole. That is Michal of Ukraine in the blue suit, representing the Ukrainian mixed relay team. Just in front of them is bib number 17. I think that was Lithuania. So the first of the freestyle skaters getting ready to head out of the stadium. It will be Norway in first place. This is Lars Heggen, double gold medalist from these games. At least 3 goals to his name. Could be a 4th today. A silver medal in the sprints. One of the athletes representing Norway this week, who is just hoping he may have proved himself worthy to be included at the end of the year in the World Cup, which of course takes place towards the end of the year in Holmenkollen in Norway. That would be a big deal for the young Norwegian star. Here come 2nd and 3rd place. So Finland just sitting in behind Italy for the whole of this second leg. She may decide to step out and go ahead, but little to gain from that actually. The gap looks a little smaller than it did at the start of this race, this leg, but Norway nevertheless still in the lead. Hannah Søby, her job done, the end of the classic stages of this mixed relay. She will hand over now to Lars Heggen, who is the first of the freestyle skiers to get away. Next will be Italy's David Negroni. Didn't start in the sprints early on this week, but 6th in the 20, silver in the 10K freestyle just 2 days ago, and he will be chased out of the exchange by Finland's Jimmy Clementinen. Only done one race this week, Jimmy, and that was a 20th place, just inside the top 20 in the 20K on Wednesday. France go out 16 seconds down on the Norwegians in 4th place. Sweden slightly panicked, I think. Eric Bergström now. He will be a good minute down, I think, on... It's reduced a little. What is it going to be? This is... well, Mira Goransson has done a reasonably good job to try and close down some of that gap. Bergström will get away. What is it? It is just over a minute. 5th place with Austria in 6th. Here's the handover. Bergström goes for Sweden. And Austria, it's Valke of Austria who goes off 3rd for what is currently the 6th place team. It's Italy in 2 with Norway out front. It's Finland now desperately trying to hang on to a medal position. Italy looking strong. France now on the charge. This is bib number 5 representing his country. Romain Vexler didn't do the sprints at the beginning of the week, but 15th in the 10-kilometer freestyle on Friday and 11th in the 20K. That was classic. Opted to go in the freestyle section of this mixed relay. Here comes Sweden, and this is Eric Bergström. Best result for him, well actually he was 4th quickest in I think he was 4th quickest in the qualification, but ended up 9th overall in the sprints. 7th was his best result actually throughout the week in the race on Friday. That was the freestyle race, over 10 kilometers, half that distance today. He is a very relaxed looking Lars Heggen. Don't be misled, this is not slow. He will not be taking any chances whatsoever. Mila Andreasen of Norway going next. Also, like him, a double gold medalist from these games. He won't want to take any chances. Spence is with his sunglasses. Once the rain builds up on the sunglasses, better to just let your eyelashes do the job of trying to keep visibility reasonably clear. The sunglasses or shades, clear lenses, probably yellow tinted or something, which helps to just define the shape of the snow that you're skiing over. Look at this lovely, lovely technique. Classic, strong, almost quintessential Norwegian skating style. Body weight forward, weight transfer and tempo perfect. Here comes Finland and Italy making the chase, trying to fend off France, who are down in 4th place and looking reasonably good. Little gap now starting to open up between David Legrand of Italy and Jimmy Clementinen of Finland. Racing for France, Romain Vexler comes through 32 seconds down, just 9 seconds now off the pace of the Finn, who is in 3rd. This is Sweden trying to make their way back towards the medals. Erik Bergstrom, top 10 in both races that he finished today. For some reason didn't finish the 20. Started the race, but don't have any more information than that, other than he failed to finish. The gap back to Sweden has opened a little, about 5 seconds in the last 3 minutes or so. Norway continuing to pull ahead. We expect that. Here's the last of Norway's team today. Looking slightly nervous. Well, a lot of pressure on her shoulders, but this man surely is going to increase the gap and continue to give Mila Andreasen, the fourth runner for Norway, a margin that will allow her to just ski comfortably within herself and not have to take any risks, not have to worry about head-to-head tactics, not have to worry about what the athletes are doing around her and might cause her to have to change her strategy. So it will feel more like a time trial for Mila once she gets going. Italy still in second place. David Negroni, one medal from these games. Can he add another silver? It's not likely to be gold. But can he add another silver to his Junior World Championships collection? You know, it's the air temperatures cooled down just a little. The rain now turning to snow, which in a way is good news, but too late for anyone to do anything with the bases of these skis. They're just going to have to live with what they've taken a chance on. Lars Heggen then heads through the stadium towards the timer. 2.5 kilometers further for Heggen to ski. And in a moment we will be made very aware of what he has done, how much damage he's done to the Norwegians. Should say for the Norwegians, to the Italians, who are also heading to the stadium now. The last time around this bend, a little gap has been created by David Negroni, and Finland chasing hard. At the moment, the Finns looking like they have a chance of getting a medal today, which wasn't predicted. They're in bib number 10, which gives you a sense now of what their seeding was, and of course directly represents their position last year, just inside the top 10. David Negroni didn't start the sprints. Silver medal in the 10K, 6th in the 20. Sets out around the course now for the last time to do his second part of this 5-kilometer loop. Coming through now in 4th place with a decent margin now back to 5th. This is Erik Bergstrom. Italy are 27 seconds down, Finland 29, France 37, in 4th. I missed the French, of course. And Sweden coming through. And what is the time going to be? Well, it's still well outside a minute on Norway. The gap increasing all the time. Here comes Germany. Finished 6th last year. They're currently in 6th place this year, with Austria just behind them, about a second off the pace of the Germans. No one, though, matching the pace of Norway. From the go, Norway pushing hard. A little bit of extra training video analysis being done. One of the coaches there is just filming Lars Heggen as he works his way up the first of the 3 hills on the loop that we have today. Finland fighting hard just to stay on the tail of the 3rd Italian to go in the mixed relay today, David Negroni. He will hand over to Marit Folli of Italy, who hasn't taken a medal this week at all, but I think pretty much on a par actually with Selina Rossi of Finland, so that's going to be an evenly matched final leg, I suspect. So Finland stealing a march today, looking like they may well be in the medals if their fourth leg runner, Selina Rossi, can match the Italians. Last to go is Folli Marit for Italy. She's had three results this week inside the top 10, and Rossi has had a 10th, an 11th, and a 14th. So that could be exciting to watch as the race progresses now. Here comes Germany. We know things did not go well for the Germans in the very first leg. This is Jakob Elias Moch, who already has a medal and a 4th place in the 20k, so didn't do the sprint on Monday, but has not been outside the top 4 in the 2 races that he has done. So expect Jakob Elias Moch to close the gap a little, but it is pretty big. A long way to go to get into the medals. Look at the strength of the Norwegian. It's a little bit of a demonstration now from Lars Heggen. Doesn't need to work any harder, but has decided he's going to push the pace. Easily comes past the Lithuanian team, who are a whole lap now behind. Many of these teams being lapped by Norway. Team number 14 that's Pilar of the Ukraine. Well, he has another 3 kilometers to ski, whereas Lars Heggen of Norway has about 1 and a bit. Look at this fight now. This is Finland surprising everyone in 3rd place at the moment, making sure that the last athlete for Finland, Selina Rossi, sounds Italian. She's going to be up against an Italian going into her 5 kilometer race, the last race she will do at these Junior World Championships. Marit Folli of Italy going last. Significant gap starting to open up now between Finland and Italy. David Negroni pushing the pace hard. Last to go then for Norway. Already a double gold medalist and a bronze medal in the sprints. It is Mida Andreasen, the only athlete who was in the team last year, 12 months ago in Planica for Norway when they took silver behind Sweden, who are having a bad day today. It's not going well for the Swedes. It isn't going well really for the Germans, who have a lot of work to do. Well, they've got Anna Endres, who got a silver in the freestyle race on Friday. She goes next once Jakob Moch finishes about 2 or 3 minutes time. Mila Andresen looking pensive, surprisingly nervous, a little smile, that's a good sign. But here comes Italy now, they're in 2nd place. David Negroni has pulled away from Finland, is looking strong. Can he give Marit Folli a 5-6 second gap, which will be hard to close? She is the quickest on paper between Italy and Finland in their last runners. Here she is, Marit Folli wearing bib number 3 in that blue Italian suit, sparkles on the face. A little tradition that has been started by the Americans, and particularly Jesse Diggins. Here comes Norway's Lars Heggen, hands over, strong finish from him, and away goes the final runner for the favourites today. It is Norway out in front, 47 minutes to the exchange. It's going to be well outside the hour, probably just over. I wouldn't put it past Mila Andreasen to do something stunning today and finish this race in under 13 minutes and be the only team to get inside the hour. That wouldn't be a massive surprise, but I don't expect it, actually. Italy. Marit Folli now. What is the gap going to be? If it's 5 seconds or more, that will be a psychological challenge for Italy. The lay at the feet, it is pretty big, it's looking good. Selina Rossi now of Finland will be the next to come. Step into the handover zone and chase out Italy onto this final leg. 53 seconds down, the Italians. It is almost, well, it's 9-second gap back to Finland, and France now have caught the Finns just about. Margot Trilloy of France, well, she's had some stunning results this week. She goes last for the French. Trilloy didn't do so well in the sprints, 22nd on Monday, but 8th and 6th. And that is compared with 9th and 4th for Marit Folli. So they're very, very equally rated on paper, the French and the Italians. Finland possibly still in 3rd or maybe 4th now. Germany come through. France have already been through. Germany in 5th, I think, and Sweden down in 6th. That's correct. Almost 2 minutes down on the Norwegians. Stunning performance from Norway today. Last of the Swedes to go. Joanna Haig hasn't raced so well this week, so don't expect Haig, unless she's just been recovering from something and is feeling very good today. It's unlikely that Haig is going to get Sweden anywhere near the podium today. Well, France are pushing hard to close the gap. Worth trying to do that early on and then try to relax. It's Margot Trilloy of France now. Moves into 3rd place. Finland pushed back out of the podium positions. It's Italy, Finland now. This is the second race within the race today. Gold has gone. Norway are almost guaranteed to take another gold at these championships. They already have 5 gold medals from these games. 6 actually, if you include the sprint from Monday. This would be a 7th gold for Norway. That is just astonishing from 1 Junior World Championships. Germany and Sweden fighting it out. Will be inside the top 10. Will not make the podium today unless something extraordinary happens between Italy and France. And I'm not predicting those 2 positions to change. 5 or 4 kilometers to go for the last starters in today's mixed relay here out in Schilpario. The last of the junior races. We've got the under-23s coming up later on in the UK. That's an 11 o'clock start for the under-23 must start. Noon here in Italy. Tiny bit of sun now appearing on the tracks down in the valley, but it's still going to carry on raining or snowing throughout the day, I think. Norway in the lead. They are, well, she is 1.75 kilometers into her race. Andresen of Norway almost certainly going to go home with 3 golds from these championships and a bonus bronze medal in the sprints to add to those 3 golds. It's Italy still in 2nd place with Frances Margot Trilloy, who closed the gap early, pulled away from Finland, and you can see the gap back to Finland that Trilloy has managed to dispense with that distance, sticking on the heels now of the Italian, just matching her stride for stride. There's a tiny gap opening up, but nothing significant. And, well, Italy's Marit Folli, well, she was 9th in the sprints on Monday, and if it comes to a sprint, well, she's got, on paper, she's got the edge over Margot Trilloy, who was 22nd on Monday in the sprints, didn't make the semi-finals, got through the quarters, but failed to progress. Marit Folli was the third quickest of the athletes that didn't make the actual final. So Foley versus Trilloy. Here is the USA. This is Sam Smith, who's had a disappointing competition here in Schilpario. Health and form not working for her. She's just ahead of Canada's Alison Mackey, double bronze medalist from these games. Expect to see Alison pull away. She's a tough athlete, and unless Sam is feeling as good as she looked this time last year in Planica, Sam will struggle to stay with her. Here is Germany and Sweden, 5th and 6th. Finland out in no man's land now, on their own in 4th. Germany, it's a 45-second gap. The Germans surely not able to make up the gap now to Finland. Sweden also with the German, probably now accepting that it's going to be Sweden versus Germany in the last leg for fighting for 5th. Anna Endres of Germany, a silver medalist from 2 days ago in the 20k, versus Johanna Haig, who didn't even finish actually 2 days ago in the 10k. Endres, silver 10k champion. Johanna Haig did not finish. Well, here's France and Italy, the other race that is going on now. The winner's gone. Here she is. Mia Andreasen comes to the stadium for the first time. She will be able to see the gap. It is pretty big. She will know that she does not need to panic. Bib number 19 is Romania. They've been lapped by the Norwegians. Not having a bad race, to be fair. Many other teams lapped earlier on by the team in red. Norway come through. She's got just over 5 minutes to ski these 2.5 kilometer loop. That's not going to happen, is it? So it's not going to be inside an hour. I am, for once, correct about something. Here we go. About 2 kilometers to go for Norway before they get another gold medal from these games. The gap now back to, that could have been expensive, as a little misplaced pole by Marit Foley of Italy. Lose a ski basket at this point, and the gap would have offered France just the opportunity to break away. Fortunately, no harm done. It's still Italy in second with Marit Foley. It's still Margot Trilloy in third. Trilloy now knowing that she's on paper outclassed by the Italian, who has had, well, every one of her races this week has been inside the top 10, just as we saw Lars Heggen earlier. Mila Andreasen decides the sunglasses now useless. The rain sticking to the lenses and not helping with visibility. Most people have had to live with the fact that eye protection is not going to be of any use today in this slushy, falling sleet it is. It's not quite rain, it's not quite snow. It's sticky and uncomfortable. Nice to see a big bunch of spectators out at the tops of these hills, still supporting on the last day, the last race for the juniors here in Schilpario. Here comes Germany, still ahead of Sweden. So we're going to have a race towards the end of this mixed relay between Germany and Sweden. It's Johanna Haig of Sweden, who has had 129th position this week. One race where she finished, didn't do the sprints, didn't finish the 10, 29th in the 20. And Andreas, of course, a medalist from these games, so favourite to win that little competition. Here's the other big race that is taking place here within the race. The chasing group, France and Italy. Italy currently in silver medal position with France in third. This is Marit Folli of Italy in the blue suit with the white lower legs, and France just stepped inside the Italians and looked back to see what the competition from Finland looks like, not needing to consider the Finns any longer. They are some way behind, so now Margot Trilloy knows she's leading the race for silver, but she has a very good sprinter and an athlete that is on form just behind her. Marit Folli in the perfect position, actually, as we head our way up 2 more hills on this course. 2 more downhills as a result, and Folli will want to be in second place on those downhills if indeed she has decided she's going to leave it for the last 500 meters and out sprint Margot Trilloy of France. Well, here comes the leader. Look at this. Sweden have pulled ahead now of Germany. Anna Endre struggling just a little. The silver medalist from 2 days ago being out-skied by Johanna Haig of Sweden. Haig is a little more experienced, a year older, has competed more often at a higher level, and certainly one of Sweden's best young juniors, Johanna Haig, starting to make Anna Endres work. Norway, though, easily out in front. They will have lapped pretty much everyone outside the top 10 by the time they finish their race today. Andreasen working hard, leaning forward, grabbing as much purchase as she can, propelling herself up the hill. She'll come past the Polish athlete on this downhill. That is, I think that's Karolina Kuk of Poland just in front of her. And, she has a whole loop longer to ski than the young athlete Mila Andreasen, who's about to go past her. Here we can see France now pulling ahead a little, managing to create a bit of a gap. It's Margot Trilloy of France, who knows that it's probably going to be futile to leave it to a sprint finish with Marit Folli of Italy, a good sprinter. Well, she is having the strength sapped out of those legs by France. A 4-5 second gap now opening up. Italy getting all of the encouragement. The majority of the supporters here, of course, in northern Italy out on the track are Italian. The majority of the support team in those black suits out here, of course, are Italian. But the gap now becoming very, very significant. It is not going to be a silver medal for Italy today. We know it's not going to be a gold for France. They will have to, and probably do now, settle for silver. Norway are going to take the gold. 1 more hill to climb. Here comes Mila Andreasen, looking strong, nice, powerful skate 2 up the majority of this hill, halfway up. Switches to first gear, that skate 1 as we call it. Norwegians already celebrating back here in the stadium. This will be a first gold for Hannah Sørby. Silver in the 20. But gets a gold medal at these championships. It will be a second gold for this man, Philip Skari. And it will be a third gold medal for both Lars Heggen, and here he is, and Mila Andreasen, who is bringing home the win for Norway. Sweden down, I think, in 5th position it is. Not going to close the gap, I don't think, on Finland. Would need to be right on the tail of the Finns by now to come across the line in 4th. Time enough, though, for Mila Andreasen to enjoy the cheers in the stadium and hear her name being announced, along with her teammates from Norway, this year's gold medalists. It certainly would appear. Takes the time to just be congratulating, a high five from one of the team support staff. Norway have done a great job this week. Smile on her face. Mila Andreasen comes home. 3 gold medals from these championships. I suspect she came here wanting one for sure. But gets the privilege of picking up the Norwegian flag time enough to cruise across the line. The time's now irrelevant. The gap so significant. Mila Andreasen of Norway crosses the line, and the Norwegian flag planted here in Italy. The kings of Schilpario from Norway, kings and queens of these games. Well, in a second we'll zip back to second place. It's likely to be Margot Trilloy. Here she is in bib number 5. Well, the French tactics of putting their slowest athletes first and trying to hang in and sending out Margot Trilloy, who is the best of the French athletes today. Not a great sprinter. She knew that that would be a mistake to go and leave it until the last 100 meters or so in the stadium. Marit Foley likely to win that little challenge, but all of the strength of the Italians' legs sapped away by the pace set by Margot Trilloy of France, who come in just under the minute behind Norway for a silver medal today. The first of their silvers this week. And here comes Italy. Italy already have 2 silvers from these games, but now add a bronze medal in the mixed relay. Well, she's the smallest in the team by a considerable margin. Certainly a lot shorter than the 2 tall men representing Italy today, but Margot Foley of Italy, a power athlete, unable to save second silver place, unable to sprint for that silver medal. France proving to be too good. Finland, who were in second and third place for much of the race today. This is Selina Rossi coming across the line. She's held Germany at bay. The gap has closed, but not enough for Germany to do anything about crossing the line in 4th. Finland take 4th outside 2 minutes. Germany have closed the gap to take a 5th place. Just come past the Swede and Endres pacing it well, it would appear, for Germany to go ahead of the Swede, who made an early break but faded, it would appear, in the last kilometre or so. Germany managing to take advantage of Sweden's poor pacing in the last leg, coming in 5th, 1 position ahead of their result 12 months ago in Planica. So I guess a success for Germany. Not the result they wanted today. A medal was a possibility for the Germans on paper, but it really did not go well in the first leg. We saw Wiedlich of Germany struggling with the kick-wax, strategic decision that proved to be wrong in the wax hut earlier on today. Norway first, though. France are in silver. Italy in 3rd, over a minute down in these slow conditions, which we might see more of later on. Certainly see more of the conditions, but the medals separated by over a minute. Well, you wouldn't bet against it. It's going to be a fight on paper again this afternoon between Norway and Sweden, with Italy also looking strong. Here comes Switzerland in 7th place. Anja Hutter. 10th has been her best result this week. That was on Friday in the freestyle time trial. Norway still celebrating, the flags of Norway being presented to the spectators in the finish area. Switzerland get 7th place, 4 minutes down. almost
by
2
one,
minutes
and
behind
within less than 1
sixth
hour, it's 12 o'clock. We will have the start
and
of the second
fifth.
relay for today, mixed relay for the under 23.
Well, we know that a lot of teams have been lapped, so it's some way back to the back markers. Here comes Austria. I think that's bib number 9. This is Annalena Taxa. Bib number 9, looking like she's going to come in 8th position. So Austria again, another team who make up 1 place ahead of their bib number. I think Czechia are still out there. Canada come across the line in 9th, and they were bib number 11, so they've gone ahead of the team from Czechia. There they are, they just crossed the line in 10th. Anna Milurska going last for Czechia. Canada's Alison Mackey managing a 9th place. I forget exactly where they were at the handover, but they've left the USA behind. Here comes Sam Smith, last runner for the USA. Flowers, Inglefinger, Wilmot, and then Sammy Smith making up the team for the Americans. It's been a poor week for Sam Smith. She will have to accept that. It hasn't gone well for her. Nothing like the results she got 12 months ago in Planitza, where, along with Gina Del Rio, one of the 2 real stars from those games in the junior ranks, medalists and entertainers, the pair of them. It hasn't gone well for Sam this week, though. This is Canada. Just final photographs before they start to pack up, get into some warm gear and some food consumed before they will be out once again later on this morning, preparing to support their team in the under 23 category. Here comes Japan. They had a pretty good early start. Their strategy the other way around to most teams, to send off some of their strong athletes first, try and hang on with the later athletes. Matsuzawa of Japan finishing today's must start mixed relay down in 12th behind the US of A. Well, we could have written the script, to be fair, for the win. We knew that Scari would go off quick. Italy fought hard initially early on to try to stay with the Norwegian, but at that point Scari was not going full gas. As the race progressed, it became Norway a clear win, with Finland early on against Italy looking like they might make the podium. The Finns looking really strong to start with in the first 2 sections, the classic legs of this race, with France chasing hard, trying not to lose sight of the Italians and the Finns, who handed over in silver and bronze positions. It was Italy's David Negroni in bib number 3, stroke 3, who went off 3rd, the first of the freestyle legs for Italy, and created a little bit of a gap, putting Finland under pressure. And the gap then opened up enough for the French to start to sense there was an opportunity of moving ahead. Italy eventually crossing the line, having to settle for 3rd, despite having been in 2nd place for the vast majority of the 20Ks. France in 2nd, and Norway with another gold. Here comes Kim of Kazakhstan in bib number 15. Daria Kim, 20 years old, probably her last opportunity to race at the junior class. They're going to take 12th place, I think. Actually 13th, Japan are in 12th. It's going to be 13th place for bib number 15.
Guys, go back there, please. Go back there, please.
So it's been nearly 10 minutes since the Norwegian Mille Andresen crossed the line, and word will have got around already. Norway then setting the early pace in this race. It was Finland versus Italy to start with. Finland eventually then dropped on the last leg, with France and Italy playing cat and mouse for silver and bronze. The French athlete knew there was no chance of winning a sprint, so she increased the pace early on and just took the sting out of the legs of the Italian. That proved to be a successful strategy for France, with Italy having to settle for third and bronze. Poland coming in now. They're in bib number 12. Carolina Cook. 50 meters or so to go before the Poles will be able to console Carolina. The whole team some way off the pace today, down in 14th. We have 21 teams out there, so another 7 teams to finish. Skari of Norway, supreme, the sprinter, gold medalist on Monday, looked strong, did the classic sprints, did the classic max start today. He was way ahead before he even finished the first loop, handed over a considerable margin ahead of Italy. Second to go for Norway was Hanne Sørby. 1 silver medal from these games. Now has a gold. Mille Andresen having the honour of crossing the line with the Norwegian flag. Lars Heggen and Andresen, both of them taking 3 gold medals away from these games. Skari with 2, the sprint and the relay, and Hanne Sørby gets her first gold from these games. Malin Holsvin of Norway, not in the team today, wasn't good enough. The gold medalist from the sprints in the women's junior category on Monday, well, that is quite astonishing and just perfectly illustrates the strength of the Norwegian team. Favourites today, and of course way ahead, crossing the finish line almost a whole minute, I think it was, up on second place, which was a team from France.
Reina questa per la sua performance qui a Schilpario.
Philip, gold medal with the team now. You opened so hard. Was it planned to open that hard today?
Yeah, I wanted to do very good. We are a very good team, so I wanted to do good, very good on the first lap, and then push even harder on the second. And we had very good skis, so it was very fun to be out there today.
Lars, you did also amazing. You increased the gap between the others. How was it? How is it to get a medal finally with the team and not only individual?
Yeah, it's really fun. I was hoping to get the gold medal today and finish off the Junior World Championship with a gold medal with this amazing team, so I'm extremely happy.
You trained together the whole year, and now you get a medal. Do you hope to maybe get one day a gold medal at the Olympics with the exact same team here?
Yeah, of course. It was so fun to next year. I hope next year in Olympic, but we will see.
Kan du si noe på norsk nå?
Ja, vi er veldig fornøyde. Det var veldig gøy å bli verdensmestere. Alle gjorde en veldig bra etappe, så det var gøy.
Tusen takk. Gratis.
Well, all smiles from the Norwegian quartet who came into the race today as favourites and go home to Norway with a gold medal in the
once
relay.
Again, France is brilliant during a relay. You open today, you start. How was the feeling to start the relay? Were you stressed?
Yes, the start is very fast and the climb and track is so hard. The team have put incredible work. The ski is very good, and it's amazing.
Annette, you're second today. To start, you had a little gap with the Finnish and the Italian. What was the plan? The plan was to catch up straight away or to stay calm at the beginning?
The plan is race, do my race and come the gap. I have a good ski, and so it's cool. And
Romain, you did an amazing race again today in skating. What is the feeling to get a medal with the French team here?
I'm really happy, so thank you my team, and it's the birthday of Annette, so
happy birthday!
Amazing day for we, and I love my team.
Margot, what a relay! Wow, you started quite far away, and then you came back, and now you get the silver medal with the team. Finally, a medal here. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing with my best team. It's really amazing, and no words. No.
France is always especially very good during relay. Do you prepare the relays?
Tu peux dire en français.
Est-ce que tu prépares les relais avec l'équipe?
No, it's individually good person, and the team is very good.
Vous pouvez dire des mots en français maintenant?
Ouais, on a une super équipe, franchement, on est tous soudés. Et puis de faire cette deuxième place aujourd'hui, franchement, je pense que ça représente aussi notre équipe, donc c'est vraiment trop bien.
Ouais, on arrive toujours à surpasser pendant les relais. Je pense qu'on est vraiment, on était surtout là pour ça, et voilà, on surpasse et on est content de le faire ensemble, quoi.
Merci beaucoup. Congrats.
Well, congratulations to the French and a special happy birthday to Annette Coupat, who's the youngest in the team.
Gabriel, one more medal for you in these championships, this time with the team. How does this medal taste for you?
Yes, it's very, very great to be here today. We do a great race for Italy, and that's because there are a lot of people that cheering for us, and that's so good.
The Norwegian guy started really fast. Did you manage to keep up at the beginning, and how was it afterwards?
I try to stay here try to stay near Norwegian, but it's so faster and good.
Beatrice, you started second today with the Finnish girl. How was it with her? Did you manage to collaborate a little bit?
Yes, we start together, and we push so hard to take some second to the Norwegian, and we managed to do that, so we were really, really happy about that. and that was really hard because the condition was raining and a bit snowing, but was good.
What does this medal with your team mean to you?
I'm really happy about that. We won this medal so much, and with the team I think is one of the best things, and in Italy too.
Davide, what a relay again. How was it? How was it to try to keep up and to get a bronze medal today with your team here?
Yeah, it's only a bronze medal, but here in Italy tastes so good. So I think we must be proud of this medal, especially here in Schilpario, so in Italy. And yeah, I push a little bit in the end, so I can take a little of a few seconds from the Finland. And yeah, in the end we are very happy for this bronze medal.
You have such an amazing junior team in Italy. Is the Olympic next year motivating also for each other?
Yeah, it's a thing that motivates us. We are very young, so but I think we will see, because it's a special thing, the Olympic at home here in Italy, and I think that it's an amazing thing.
Marit, you're so close to get a medal on the 10K. Now you have it with your team. Does this medal mean also as much as an individual medal for you?
Yeah, I'm really happy today that finally we got a medal, because I was close in the 10K, and today we got it, and it's nice also with the team, to get it with the team.
Can you say something in Italian?
What?
Can you summarize a little bit in Italian?
Siamo molto contenti della medaglia, ringraziamo tutti per i materiali, per tutti i tifosi che ci hanno sostenuto e ci hanno creduto in noi.
Grazie. Thank you.
Well done to our 12 medalists. Norway take their 7th gold medal from these games. France get their first medal of the games, actually, a silver medal in 2nd place today. And Italy add a bronze medal to the 2 silvers that they've won this week. Well, the under-23 race is coming up in just over half an hour, 11 o'clock UK time, 12 o'clock noon here in Italy. So we look forward to seeing you then. Time to make a brew, and we'll see you as the under-23 category gets away. The last of the races here in Schilpario.
Sperano ovviamente a quello che sarà l'appuntamento olimpico. La Francia visibilmente soddisfatta di questo argento strappato, diciamo, proprio dal collo dell'Italia nell'ultimissimo giro, con una bravissima Margot Thiroux, che ha espresso la sua soddisfazione per essere appunto riuscita in questo forcing. Congratulazioni da parte di tutti e un ringraziamento ai tecnici per aver preparato gli sci in questa giornata veramente difficile da interpretare. E poi l'ultimo che abbiamo sentito il nostro protagonista Gabriele Matti, Beatrice Lorana e Davide Negroni si sono detti entusiasti di questa prestazione, hanno ringraziato gli spettatori, perché giocare in casa, ovviamente correre in casa, ha sempre un gusto diverso, lo diceva il nostro Gabriele Matti, che ha fatto appunto il lancio, che ha già vinto un'altra medaglia, una medaglia d'argento sulla distanza dei 20 km, quindi sono la soddisfazione di essere arrivati sul podio, una medaglia che desideravano veramente tanto. Marit è stata l'ultima a partire, l'ultima a portare a casa poi questa medaglia un po' meritata per questa prestazione francese, ma contenta perché è stata vicina con la sua quarta posizione, che ha raggiunto nei 10 km vicino a podio, diciamo che la medaglia è arrivata, e quindi ovviamente motivante anche il fatto che invece in Italia